We're back at Collinsville High School. We're about to watch the Collinsville Cardinals boys team take on the Pryor Tigers boys team, high school basketball matchup here tonight on January 29th. And it should be an exciting one with the Collinsville Cardinals having really a surprising year. They're 10-4, 4-1 in conference. And what do you think, what do you see coming from their guys tonight, Riley? Logan. Wow.
They're going to come out and play with a lot of intensity. They have to make sure that they're 10-4 is a great start, but they can't be satisfied with 10-4, and they're 4-1 in conference, so they have to keep building to that. Pryor is, I believe, the 16th ranked team. Collinsville, the 12th ranked team coming in. Collinsville is going to need a big night from Seth Boomer. Look for number 10, Anthony Martinez, for the Pryor Tigers to run a box and one on him. They did it when we played him earlier in the Oologah tournament. We ended up losing it to them, I think, by 6 or something like that. And for the Pryor Tigers, number 24, Ross, he is going to be the key player for them. He wants the ball. The ball runs through him on the offensive end, and so just look for him tonight.
All right, as they're listing the starters for the Pryor boys team, we have number 10, Anthony Martinez, number 24, Robert Ross, number 20, Tyler Arnold, number 5, Tyler Bradshaw, and number 4, Conley Ladeau. And they're introducing your Collinsville Cardinals men team. As you see, there's a little bit extra there in the tunnel tonight as they're going to let some of the younger players here, some of the guys who look for these guys as heroes tonight. These guys are the high school heroes that they'll look up to, and one day they'll become. So an exciting moment there for the young kids of Collinsville. And the starting lineup for the Collinsville Cardinals, you have number 11, Sean Kacheski, number 12, Riley Wilt, number 14, Austin Archer, number 21, Seth Boomer, and number 33, Colton Vickers. As we mentioned, Kagan Hodges usually starts off in the game. What's the deal with Kagan Hodges right now?
He was sick previous 2 days, but he will be available tonight, so he will come out and play. Keys to the game tonight for the Cardinals, they're going to have to limit open shots for Ross. He's a pretty good shooter, so they have to make sure they get a hand up early. Another one, block out. The Pryor Tigers are a pretty big team, as you can tell. 2 smaller guards, but three big forwards. And then last, get out and run. Collinsville needs to fuel some of their I'm trying to think how to word this.
Quick transition buckets?
Yeah, their defense needs to turn into their offense and get some easy transition buckets.
Well, an interesting start off there for the Collinsville Cardinals is they sent, not traditionally, but they sent Austin Archer out for the tip-off. So Austin Archer versus Daniel Fraley, and that was Fraley's advantage. And the Tigers look to start off running their offense. There's Ross with the ball, as you mentioned. Gets it into Martinez. Martinez with Wilt defending tight. Swings it to Ladeau. Ladeau out to Ross. Ross for a wide open 3. And that's in and out. Rebound, Archer. Archer kicks it to Boomer. Boomer with some of those fast break points, he thought. Gets it to Wilt in the corner. He kicks it back to Boomer. So a quick move there by the Cardinals. And their offense gets started. Slow pass there by Boomer has deflected and stolen there by Arnold, and he's got the first 2 points of the game. Archer takes the ball down court for the Cardinals. Ladeau defending. Archer drives, gets it into Boomer. Boomer's going to take his shot at the lane. He's off the mark. Rebound, number 32, Fraley. Fraley to Martinez. Tries to get it in down low to Ladeau, and it looks like Ladeau had different plans for himself, and that's out of bounds. A quick turnover, and we're starting to see some of the remnants of the girls' game here.
Yeah, the Cardinals kind of have a turnover down here, and then a shot that thought was a foul, and there's going to be a foul there, and Archer will go to the line for 2. And then you see the Tigers, the boys, come down here with a turnover. So, like you said, almost the exact same game.
And you see Archer driving. Yeah, he's been one to try to push the pace. A lot of movement by Archer so far this season, and he earns the 2 shots. First shot is up, and that's off the back of the rim. And he looks to set up his second shot. Archer's second shot is in and good. So it's 1-2 here with 1.5 minutes down in this game. Martinez takes the ball for the Tigers, and it looks like the Cardinals are setting up for the half-court trap. Into Ross. Ross to Ledoux. Ledoux puts up a shot, but he's fouled by Vickers. So the high trap set up there by the Cardinals. A little bit different defense look there for the Cardinals, and good passing by the Tigers. Puts Ledoux on the line. He'll shoot two.
So you see they break that half-court press pretty easily there.
Ledoux's first shot's off the mark. Seems to be the going rate for tonight. Ledoux's second shot's off the mark. Rebound, Boomer. Boomer will get double teamed. It looks like he's going to get triple teamed. Gets it into Wilt. Wilt spins, and everybody backs off. Ross goes to press. Wilt drives. Pulls it out, gets it to Boomer. Boomer takes a step back. With Martinez defending, he drives down the lane, pulls the shot up. A good shot. Good move there by Boomer as he hesitates a little bit so that Fraley can't quite get over there to help. Martinez out to Ross. Kicks it back to Martinez. Martinez is going to drive the lane. He tries to kick it out. Good defense there by number 12. That's Riley Wilt. Gets it down into Archer. Archer with the shot, blocked by Ross. Archer with the putback. That's off the mark. Rebound, Fraley. Out to Ledoux, to Martinez. Kicks it back to Ross. Ross is going to drive. He puts up an interesting acrobatic shot of his own. That's off the mark. But that's going to be another foul, and if that goes on Vickers, that's his second. So Vickers with two quick fouls there. And just like that, Kagan Hodges is off the bench, and he looks like he's about to check in. Ross's first shot is in and good. And that evens up the game at 3. So Kagan Hodges checks into the game, as well as number 5, Tyler Bradshaw, checks in for Ledoux. Ross's second shot of 2 is up and off the mark. Rebound, Hodges. Hodges look for an outlet, gets it to Boomer, gets it to Kucheski. Kucheski back to Hodges. Hodges out to Boomer. And the Collinsville Cardinals set up their offense. Hodgins takes his dribble. Fraley playing way off, not worried about Hodgins' three-point ability. To Boomer. Boomer defended by Martinez. Gets out to Kucheski. Kucheski takes his dribble, gets it to Hodgins. Hodges swings it to Wilt. Wilt looking for someone to move. Takes his dribble, spins, gets it to Boomer. Boomer with Martinez on him has a significant size advantage, so you wonder if he's going to try and get down in the post and set up something. Archer's going to drive. Tries to put up a shot. Good block there. And Ross is running down the other way. Ross with a big block there by Kucheski, but they're going to say that Kucheski shoved Ross. So he hit all ball, but they're saying that the body hit. And a quick foul there by the official.
I don't know about that one. Usually, if you get ball first, then the body contact afterward is like not called. But there, I guess.
Ross goes to shoot 2. His first is in and good. So Kucheski couldn't believe it. The fans couldn't believe it. Coach Anderson couldn't believe it. They were just proud of his hustle right there as he got all ball that they just said a little bit too much body there from Sean. Ross's second is in and good. It makes it 3-5 in favor of the Pryor Tigers. Archer takes a dribble across court. And we have a foul there as Archer tries to drive. And that's going to be a foul on number 20, Tyler Arnold. Kucheski to inbound. Gets it into Boomer. Boomer takes his dribble. Swings it to Hodgins. Hodgins tries to get into Kucheski. Instead takes his dribble, and he's going to try Farley. Out to Wilt. Out to Boomer. Boomer with a shot. That's in and good. So Boomer's first shot on the night is in and good, and that equalizes the game at 5. Martinez to Ross. Back to Martinez. As the Cardinals set up their zone, Arnold gets it back to Martinez.
And the Cards have to make sure they know where number 24 Ross is. He's kind of floating in high post back to short corner.
Arnold spins. No help there from the defense. That hits every part of the board and goes in to make it 5-7 in favor of the Tigers. Archer takes the ball around midcourt. And another quick foul there. Same type scenario. That's another foul on Bradshaw.
That's one thing the officiating crew all over the state has tried to crack down on, and that's the hand checks. You're not allowed to have your hand on the offensive player at any time.
Bailey Stamper checks in the game as Wilt takes a seat. And Hodgins takes the ball in the corner. Gets into Archer. Archer's going to drive. Another good block there by the defense of the Pryor Tigers, and they're moving on a fast break. Kicks out to Martinez. Martinez slides. He shoots a three-point shot. That's off the mark. Hits the top, and it's going to go back to the Cardinals. The Cardinals have the ball, but actually everybody's still on their side of the court as it looks like there's still a full court press here by the Tigers. And they back off as Kacheski takes it across midcourt. Gets it in to Boomer. Boomer with Martinez on him. Swings it to Kacheski. 3 minutes left to go here in this first quarter.
And they're
Boomer the ball.
They're really showing their help on Boomer.
And a good long three there by Boomer, so that help just not quite able to get there as Fraley had to go way out. And the Collinsville Cardinals take the 8-7 lead. Ross kicks it back. Martinez swings it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw back to Martinez. Martinez back to Bradshaw. Gets it inside to Arnold. Gets it back out to Ross. Ross will try a three. That's off the front of the rim. Good, tough rebound there by Archer over Fraley. And Archer takes the ball across the court with Bradshaw defending. Gets out to Kacheski. Kacheski to Hodges. Hodges looking for some help. He'll dribble. Swing it to Stamper. Stamper takes it all the way across court. Gets it to Kacheski. Kacheski looks to dribble. He's going to be down in the post. He puts up a tough shot. And a call there on Fraley. So they say Fraley got too much body there, just like Kacheski did on the other side, as Fraley hit a lot of the ball.
That'll be his first. So good job by Sean Kacheski to attack there. As you see, Ross will go to the bench, and as well as Boomer, try to give him a quick break.
That's going to bring in Ladeau back into the game as they're trying to get him some more minutes. Good defense there by Arnold on the inbound as Hodges tried to take it up. And Bradshaw carries the ball down the court. He's going to go across court just over Hodgins. And that's 2 points for Bradshaw. Hodgins gets it to Stamper. Stamper back to Hodgins. Just off the fingertips of Hodgins. And that's going to be some more good defense there by the Tigers. Force another turnover for the Cardinals. And Boomer's going to come right back into the game. And Archer's going to take a seat for a few minutes. Number 3, that's Aaron Miller. Number 3 checks into the game for the Tigers. I'd listed him earlier as Martinez. Miller with the ball right now. It's to Ladeau. Ladeau swings it to Arnold. Arnold with the ball. Arnold dribbles behind his back. Good defense by Kacheski. Back to Bradshaw. Ladeau gets it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw tries the other side. Gets to Arnold. Arnold's going to try a three-point shot, and that's in good. So good shooting by the Tigers here in this first quarter. Have them up by 4, 12-8 on the Collinsville Cardinals. Hodgins takes it. He's off the mark. Rough rebound there, but it comes back to Miller. A little bit too fast there for Miller as he tries to force one, and that's off the mark. So with 55 seconds left to go in this first quarter, it's 8-12, and the Tigers set in their full court press, and the Cardinals pretty much just pass right through it.
The press that Pryor is running right now is more of a press to try and force the Cardinals to shoot quick shots that they usually wouldn't take. to try and get an up and down gain. That's what they want, and so the Cardinals have to be smart enough and just pull it out.
Boomer takes a nifty little move there, and that's going to draw a foul on number 33, Bryce Daniels. And that sends Boomer to line to shoot 2. Archer comes back in the game for Stamper, and we see our first entrance of number 24, Cole Walden. He's going to check in for Hodgins. Boomer's second shot is in and good as well. It makes it 10-12, and the Tigers threatening. That's Bradshaw to Miller. Miller back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw to Arnold. Kicks it out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to shoot a 3. He's way off the mark. Rebound, Arnold. Gets a long pass to Archer. Kacheski off the glass and a good shot. Good catch and a good shot. Evens up this game as we go into the last few seconds here of this first quarter.
Good
10
job.
seconds left. Arnold defended by Boomers. A scramble for the ball. Arnold's able to recover it. And good defense there. Has Arnold shooting. He shoots a 3, but he's fouled there by Kacheski. So a mental error there by Kacheski, just trying to battle. 0.9 seconds left. Is going to send number 20, Arnold, who's had a good shooting night tonight, to the line to shoot 3.
And that'll be Kacheski's second foul.
His first shot's in and good. And they take the lead.
So just when Cardinals start getting momentum going to the end of the first quarter, foul a good shooter as he misses his second, and give him a chance to take the lead, give him a chance to go up by 2.
Arnold with his third. That's in and good. 0.9 seconds left to go. The Cardinals have to have a good inbound and turn and shoot. Archer's not going to do that. So at the end of one, it's 12-14. The Pryor Tigers ahead of the Cardinals. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You're watching Cardinal TV.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're back as we're getting ready to start the second quarter here. It's 12-14 in favor of the visiting Pryor Tigers. What do you see there in that first quarter that interests you there, Logan?
Offensively for the Cardinals, Seth Boomer playing really well, has 9 points on the evening. Then 3 other coming from other Collinsville players, but really spreading them out. Only 1 3-pointer that was made. Seth Boomer really spreading them out and attacking the basket. Pryor has 5 team fouls. Defensively, you see the error right there at the end of the quarter that gave Pryor a 2-point lead. But defensively, a decent quarter. And you see Pryor come out in a 1-3-1 defense.
And Ross back in the game. They're going to have Fraley there in the top middle and Ladeau there under the basket. As Wilt dribbles into a double team. Good pass out there to Kacheski. Swings it to Archer. Archer, who pulls it back down, tries a tough shot there on Fraley. Some good defense, and Arnold's driving. Arnold with good defense by Kacheski again. So his second block of the game, we'll call it. And Kacheski's been all over this court, offensively and defensively, trying to make sure that he shuts down. And he's got the task of guarding Ross now. Arnold drives again, puts up a floater. That hits every part of the rim, and that's in and good. So apart from being blocked a few times, Arnold's had a hot night tonight. He's got 11 of the 16 points for the Tigers. Kucheski back to Boomer. Boomer up to Kucheski. That's off the fingertips of Kucheski. And Coach Anderson isn't having it. He's going to call a quick timeout, pull his guys in as it's become a 4-point game right now. And they're going to try and talk to him about what's going on. Coach Anderson wants to see what the officials are talking about here. He wants to have a quick chat. And that's going to put it on Coach Hinckley to talk to his guys. What's Coach Hinckley talking about right now?
Well, he's telling them right now, you have to be strong with the ball. We can't have those unforced turnovers at the top where you see give Pryor the ball back. They're up by 4 now. But they really have to hook up and kind of come out a little bit careless to start this second quarter.
And the Tigers will come out with just under 7 minutes to go here as Coach Anderson, apparently they've got the information he needs to move forward. And the Pryor Tigers will have the ball up with 6 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in this first half. Excuse me. With big hands, Coach Gilmore wants some offensive switching there, and they didn't quite get the coming out of that timeout the offense they wanted, and the turnover there for the Tigers. Another miscommunication, but Kucheski able to wrangle the ball in. Kucheski gets it to Hodgins. Hodgins looking to drive, passes it to Archer. Archer, that's blocked again by Fraley. So Fraley making his presence known as he's got 3 blocks so far in this game, and Ross takes the ball down the court. As he spins, he travels. And the the visiting team's not too thrilled with that one. But as he spun, he picked up his foot just a little too high, and that gives the Collinsville Cardinals the ball back. Boomer down into Archer. Archer out to Hodgins. Hodgins going to try a long 2-shot. That's off the glass and in good. So apparently the bank is open for Kagan Hodges tonight, and he's going to start off his offensive night with 2 points of his own.
That's good because that'll force the Pryor Tigers to have to come out and they have to honor him. And when that happens, that opens up the floor for everyone, getting the big guy out from underneath the basket where you see they've caused some trouble down there with some block shots.
You see Daniel Fraley, he's listed as 6'1", but he's had a lot of blocks, but he's been really a non-issue on the offensive board. As Ross drives in, he's going to score. But he's really made his presence known here on the defensive boards by swatting just about anything down in the post. There's no way he's 6'1". I'd say he's more like 6'4". Because Kagan Hodges standing next to him gives him a few inches, and Kagan Hodges listed as 6'2". Cross-court pass there into Kucheski from Wilt. Kucheski drives, kicks it back to Archer. Gets it back to Kucheski. He's going to be double-teamed in the corner. Dribbles out. Gets it down to Hodges. Hodges gets it down. They find Wilt wide open. And they're going to say he was fouled while he was down before he was in the shooting motion. But that's another foul there on Ladeau as he jumps up into the air and he's able to, Wilt able to draw that foul. So Ladeau's going to take a seat again, and Bradshaw's going to come back in for the Tigers. Boomer inbounds into Kucheski. Kucheski tries to get back down to Boomer. That's off the mark to Fraley. Martinez to attack for the Tigers. Martinez slides, loses footing, but is able to get the ball back. Kicks it out to Arnold. Arnold with a 3-point shot. That's rimmed out, but rebounded there by Ross. So a gift there on the loose ball finds Ross right under the bucket, and now it's a 6-point lead, the biggest lead of the night by the Tigers.
Yeah, it just happened to fall right into the hands of Ross.
Kucheski into Archer. Archer with a cross-court pass to Boomer. Gets it to Wilt. Wilt sets up for his own 3. That's off the mark. And Ross tries to save it. And his coach calls it as far as that goes to Pryor. So midway through this second quarter, it's 20-14 in favor of the Pryor Tigers, the visiting Pryor Tigers, and they have the ball. Martinez gets out to Ross. Ross defended close by Wilt to Fraley, way up top. It's into Arnold. Arnold with a 3-point shot. He's off the front of the rim. Rebound, Martinez. Gets it into Ross. Ross with a big shove off there, but they're going to call the foul there on Wilt.
See,
I don't quite understand this one here. I'm sure the officials are going to explain it now.
He was
to
straight up.
Hodgins, and Coach Anderson wants to have a wants to have a chat with the official who made that call there. Kacheski's going to take a seat.
Riley didn't know what the foul was either. He was straight up, and the guy went into him, and then ended up being a defensive foul.
Ross gets it out to Fraley. Fraley out to Bradshaw. Kings it back to Martinez. Martinez sets up. Out to Bradshaw. And taking some time off the clock are the Tigers as they go back to Ross. The Collinsville Cardinals keeping them in the high post here. Ross looks to drive. Hodgins with some help defense. Help defense not quite there for Stamper, though, as he didn't see the help up top. And that gives Fraley a good 2 points. And now it's an 8-point game in favor of the Tigers.
Cardinals just can't really get anything going right now. Defensively having some struggles.
Archer's going to drive. He's going to draw a foul off Fraley, and he's going to put the bucket in. So Archer looking to kind of build some momentum here for the Cardinals and makes it a 6-point game, tries to make it 5. Archer's shot is up. That's off the mark. Rebound by Fraley, and a quick call there as they're saying Boomer was over the back.
That's going to be his first, but that's a silly foul, 90 feet away from the basket.
Checking in, Fraley's going to take a seat with 2 fouls, and number 33, Bryce Daniels, checks back in the game for the Tigers.
So the Cardinals only down by 6 points, but game seems a lot. I don't think it feels like Pryor should be up by 10, 12 points.
Well, you see the Cardinals defense playing a good role in that as they're able to try and keep the Tigers at bay, and just some unlucky bounces. And good shooting from the Tigers finds them up 6. Gets to the corner, Bradshaw to the corner. He shoots a 3. That's off the mark. Loose ball. Stamper scrambles for it. Ends up in the hands of Wilt, who gets it into Boomer. Boomer looks to Archer in the corner. That's off the. Just pulls it back. Gets it into Wilt. Into Hodgins. Hodgins looks to drive. He puts a shot up. Tough shot there with Daniels in his face, and he's got 2 points and inning good. So
Pryor gets out, and they're pushing the ball really. If Collinsville is going to sit in a press, they're going to try and beat him down the court.
The Cardinals not worried about Martinez's 3 balls. They've left him wide open in the 3-point arch, and he's not interested in taking that shot. This time he'll drive, kicks it out to Arnold. Arnold shoots a 3, and that's in and good.
That's the guy we do not want to be shooting. He's one of the best shooters on the Tiger team.
And Arnold's got 14 points of the Tigers' 25, and it's now with 1 minute left to go in this 1.5 minutes left to go in this first half. It's 25-18 in favor of the visiting Tigers. Hodges kicks it out to Stamper. Stamper takes his dribble, swings it to Wilt. Wilt dribbles and just mishandles it. Ball to Martinez, down low. Tries to settle it, slips, and that's going to be another turnover for the Tigers as number 23, Ethan Davis, checks in the game for the Cardinals, and Wilt will take a seat. Ethan Davis seeing his first minutes of the game tonight. As you know, he comes in for a lot of energy and comes in for a good defensive presence for the Cardinals. Archer takes the ball, kicks it out to Stamper. Stamper into Hodgins. Hodgins spins. And we have a quick foul there by the official. And the officials they're really just being consistent back and forth and back and forth. The little bumps and the little bumps are going for both teams, as we see it's now 18 fouls for the Tigers against the Tigers, and 16 fouls against the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Tigers fans aren't very happy with that call, but it's been consistent on both ends. It's not like one team's getting all the calls. It might feel like it to the fans, but from what I'm seeing, it's been pretty consistent.
And we have a conversation right now. We're gonna settle down. Look like we have a slick spot, on the court. They got that fixed as Hodgins goes for his second shot. Second shot's off the front of the rim. And a loose ball, but that finds its way to Martinez. So with 1 minute left to go in this first half, it's 19-25 in favor of the visiting Tigers. Martinez. Into Ross. Ross with Boomer defending. Tries to pull it up, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Ross. As the official said, he shoved off. And you see how upset the fans of the Pryor Tigers are, as there's been back-to-back fouls on them. But what are you seeing there from that foul that makes the official call that?
Well, he kind of lowered his shoulder and went into the players, so I can see where that call where they're seeing that call. I know Pryor's
Consistently
not
for the night, yeah.
Yeah, you aren't allowed to lower your shoulder into a player.
Kacheski with a good dribble and a floater brings it to a 4-point game here for the Cardinals as we go into 30 seconds before the end of the half.
And they need a defensive stop right here so they can try and get some momentum going into halftime.
It looks like they're going to let Martinez dribble for about as long as he feels like he needs to. And Wilt's going to step back. Coach Anderson tells him that, hey, step back. If he thinks he's going to take that shot, let him take that shot. 9 seconds left to go in this game. And it's going to be Bradshaw swinging it out to Ross. Ross takes a three, and that's off the mark. And a long rebound to no one. And as we go into halftime, it's 25-21. The Pryor Tigers over the Collinsville Cardinals here in this first half. We're going to go to commercial break. You're watching Cardinal TV.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're here to recap the first half. Again, it was 25-21 in favor of the visiting Pryor Tigers over the home team of the Collinsville Cardinals. Both teams pretty hot, and both teams really looking for a win here tonight. What do you see? How do we get to 21-25 here in this first half, Logan?
Pryor Tigers doing a pretty good job on the offensive end. 25 points is pretty good for a first half. Really, we've left Arnold open, number 20, for Pryor in our zone. He's found some seams, and he's been able to just knock down open shots. I believe he has 2 threes. He has 14 points on the night, so he might have 3 or 4 threes, and I know he has a layup. And he has 2 free throws, so he's been playing really well for the Pryor Tigers. That's where in our zone we haven't been able to locate him, so that's where a lot of their points have come from. You see Ross with 7. He did a pretty good job offensively. The Cardinals doing a good job defensively on him of getting into him, and you see the offensive foul late in that half. But offensively for the Cardinals, they've had some silly turnovers, and that's cost them opportunities. And that's probably what Coach Anderson's in that right now. We can't have those silly turnovers where we don't get a shot up. We're down 4 points. We have at least 2 turnovers. That's 4 points right there where we didn't get a chance. And it could be very well a tied game, or Pryor, if they could have capitalized a little more on some of those turnovers, they could be up by 10.
Daniel Fraley in the game, number 32 for Pryor. Now, he's been the story for them defensively. They've really been able to press on the outside on Collinsville because Daniel Fraley's down low, and he's been blocking everything. He's come for help every time there's been a good drive. So tell me right now, as you think about how to attack this big guy down low, as you got hardly any points in the paint in this first half. If you're Coach Anderson, how are you going to attack this big guy? He does have 2 fouls. What do you do moving forward to try and give yourself the advantage down there?
Well, they got to keep attacking him. I know he's adjusting some shots, blocked some shots, but with 2 fouls, you got to have him pick up his 3rd early in this quarter, force him to go to the bench. And if you keep attacking him and having him slide over, that's where you get the slip to the offside guy and easy layups or draws in the whole defense, and you kick it out to Archer, Kacheski, Boomer, Wilt, whoever's out, spotted up Stamper, and that's where they get to knock down shots. And consistently this year, they've been a pretty good shooting team when they've got open shots.
If you're Coach Gilmore and Coach Anderson, seeing the way that it's officiated pretty tightly, I mean, you see that call at the end of the first quarter that gives a three shots to Arnold, and then you've seen over the back on Boomer, and then you've seen these two down here, one in favor of Archer, and then another one, the offensive foul on Ross. As you see that, if you're Coach Gilmore or Coach Anderson, how do you adjust your game plan to say, hey, the officials are calling a little bit tighter? What do you tell your guys?
You tell them they have to adjust. The players have to adjust to this. If they're going to call it tighter, they can't be as physical. They can't back away, though. They can't get real passive. They still have to be up, energized, getting into them, but you have to be smart with what you do, and if they're going to call it like that, you can't get up, put your hand on them. You've seen a couple of fouls like that, but Kacheski having 2 fouls, and I believe Vickers has 2 fouls, so those are the main 2 guys in foul trouble. You have Boomer with 1, Wilt with 1, so really no one else in foul trouble. But you just have to keep playing aggressive.
And as you see the quick 2 fouls there, has Vickers ended up on the bench for most of that first half. And Coach Anderson, I guess, trying to let him know, hey, listen, we need you for the second half, and we're going to have to keep you not in foul trouble as much as possible. Try and take down Fraley, who's listed as 6'1" on the roster here, but when Hodgins, who's 6'2", stands next to him, he's given up a few inches there. So, do you think, Coach Anderson, you think he's going to have Hodgins kind of attack a little bit more, or what do you think he's going to have him do?
Well, they still have to attack him. If he wants to sit in the paint, then Hodges, with a good of a shot he can pull up and hit that shot. You saw him hit it earlier. He has 5 points on the night. So they just have to they can't be afraid to attack the paint with him down there. They just have to make sure that they go down there and they take smart shots. They can't go in there, run it in there, out of control, and throwing up shots expecting a foul.
All right, as we're getting ready to go into this second half, we're going to come back after this. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. You're watching Cardinal TV, and we'll be back for the second half.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Welcome back to Collinsville High School. Again, we have an exciting matchup tonight. 21-25. It's a 4-point first half game. And I must admit, when I make flaws, Logan, we had number 32 listed as Daniel Fraley when that's actually Zach Bob. So that's a little bit different there in the height department. And there's where we have the differential. Apologize to to Zach Bob there, as it's been Zach Bob who's really been the defensive presence here for the Tigers and really keeping them ahead in this game. As we move forward, what are you looking for in the second half out of the Cardinals?
They're going to be a lot more energized, I think, after Coach Anderson's halftime speech. Usually they always come out a little ready to go. Coach Anderson lights a fire at halftime, gets into them. They got to come out defensively and really shut down Pryor and not let Arnold get any open shots, Ross get any open shots. That was one of the keys to the game, is limiting open shots for Ross. But this game, it's been limiting open shots for everyone because Arnold's got some open shots. You see Martinez, whoever's guarding Martinez, backed up because they until he hits that shot, they're not going to honor it. Another key to the game was block out. Pryor being a big team, can't allow second chance points, and they've done a decent job. Usually you see Bob or someone getting a hand on it, and then last but not least, get out and run, which you've seen the Cardinals try and do, and they've got some points off of that, but not as many as they wanted to.
Quick moves right down into Bob, so the Coach Gilmore already sees something he likes down low, and that gets Bob in for 2 points, and they go right to the full court press. Kacheski tries to come in and help, and miscommunication there between him and Archer. And that has a quick turnover by the Cardinals. So quick 2 points and a quick turnover by the Cardinals makes it a 6-point game, and the Tigers have the ball. Martinez swings it out to Arnold. Arnold to Ross. Back down to Bob again. Bob, he's off the mark. Good defense there. Good help by Archer. And Boomer takes the ball on the court for the Cardinals. Swings it to Kacheski. Kacheski's going to take a quick three. That's off the mark. Rebound, Archer. Archer gets the ball picked there by Ladeau, but he gets it right back, and he's going to pass it to Wilt. Wilt's going to put a shot up over Bob. That's off the mark. And rebound, Ross.
So the Cardinals unable to capitalize on second chance points and some easy or some contested shots down low, but some easy shots that they just weren't falling.
Arnold's going to take a drive there on Wilt, kick it out to Ladeau. Ladeau out to Martinez. Martinez out to Ross. Ross back to Arnold, back to Ladeau, swings it back to Martinez. Kicks it back to Ross. Ross to Bob, out to Martinez, out to Arnold. Arnold's going to try the lane. He's going to put a floater up, and that's in and good. So good shooting by the Tigers again on a pretty good shooting night for them. And bad shooting by the Cardinals right now, and that's going to have Coach Anderson. He's going to call a timeout, and that's going to bring us to our timeout review of our sponsors. One of the reasons they're able to have this Cardinal TV is from these people. That's jteamdesign.com. Big footprints, all red hardware. Rogers State University, RCB Bank, That's My Bank, and Body Coach. So coming out of here in the first half, in the second half, we see a quick 4 points by the Tigers and no points from the Cardinals. What is Coach Anderson telling these guys right now?
Oh, he's not happy after that. Arnold driving in there on Wilt with ease and putting up a little floater there. That's one of the things that cannot happen is you can't have your guy drive. And you see they had Bob with right off the bat with that play down low to him. They've been looking for him more. You see him post up. They have to make sure they get backside help on that. And then you just can't let your guy drive. He can't go in there, shoot an uncontested layup, or you're not going to win.
It looks like all offense tonight flows through Arnold. Arnold with 16 points, 16 of the 29 points tonight, and Arnold is on fire. He's missed like one, maybe 2 threes, and maybe a free throw tonight, and everything else he's put up has been golden. So what do you do to stop Arnold moving forward? Do you pull off a little bit of Ross and try and make sure that you shut down Arnold, or do you just keep with your game plan, make smart passes, and execute?
Well, I think keep with what we're doing. They just have to make sure he can't drive in that easily. Someone's going to have to step up and guard him. We haven't found who that is yet.
Boomer's going to take the ball as they're setting up a half-court little trap here for Hodgins. Hodgins dribbles around it, gets it into that's Ethan Davis checking back into the game. Tough shot there. Davis with the rebound. Davis is going to take a shot. He's off the mark. Bob tries the rebound. That's going to be off him. So a lot of loose balls here tonight, and it looks like maybe the deflate gate's happening here in Collinsville as the girls and boys game both had a lot of loose balls and scrambles for them. Into Hodgins. Hodgins takes a dribble. He tries to swing it out, and it ends up in Boomer's hands. I think Martinez had it 3 different times. And back to Hodgins. Hodgins way outside. He's going to take a dribble. He's going to try the lane. He puts up an off-balance shot. And again, that's off Bob and Ross, and that's out of bounds back to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals with third chance points here, try to get their first points of the second half.
Just unable to get anything going offensively. They're going to have to find something.
Davis.
Yet to score yet.
Davis with the ball, gets it into Boomer. Boomer loses it, picks it back up, and it looks like they're going to call a double dribble, I believe, on Boomer as he just switched hands. And Coach Anderson's not thrilled right now, but he said, hey, guys, let's get back. Let's play some defense, and let's see if we can't get this ball back. So far, the Tigers really hitting it on all cylinders, and that 3 right there makes it the biggest lead of the game, as it's now a 11-point game in favor of the Tigers. Kacheski tries to dribble through a through a double team, loses it, gets it to Ladeau, and Ladeau puts it up for 2 more points. So now a 13-point game for the Tigers. Hodgins ends up with the ball. He's going to take it down, tries to get it to Vickers. It's off Vickers' hands, and that's another turnover for the Tigers. With that, Stamper comes back in the game, and we have Stamper coming back into the game. We have number 24, Cole Walden. We have number 22, Cooper Fenderson, and number 13, Dylan Treadway, checking in for the Cardinals. So a whole different lineup here for the Cardinals as Coach Anderson's not happy with the way his starters started out the second half.
He's not happy at all. And used to see all five new guys who haven't even, or who did not start the game. That's not a good sign. He's going to see if these guys can get something going. If they want to play tonight, they have to hook up.
Ross with the ball in traffic. Ross tries to take it in on Walden. That's off the mark. Rebound, loose ball again. And I believe the officials, just for the sake of the health of the players down there, are going to call it jump ball. I couldn't really tell who had any of it, but that's going to go back to the Cardinals. So good defense there from the guys just checking into the game. And that's going to have Treadway checking the ball in for the Cardinals. Steal there from Ross as number 22, Cooper Fenderson, tries to get it back to Treadway. Fenderson into Treadway now. Treadway picks up his dribble, gets it to Stamper. Stamper off the hands of Ross, and another turnover from the Cardinals as Bob tries to get it. Good steal there from Stamper. Gets it in. They try to get it to Davis, and that goes back to the Tigers. So he gets it in to number 24, Cole Walden, and Walden tries to get it to Davis, and that's off Davis's fingertips. So far, 0 production offensively here for the Cardinals, and it's all Tigers right now. Find Ladeau down low. That's off the mark. Ladeau shoots as he's falling down, and he makes it. Makes it a 17-point game as we just came out of the third quarter. Walden tries a double team. He loses it, and he fouls. So just kind of everything clicking on all cylinders here for the Tigers and everything not going well for the Cardinals. Bob to inbound, gets it to Martinez. Martinez swings it to Arnold. Arnold drives, and he puts up a shot. That's off the mark. Rebound. That's number 24, Cole Walden. Walden up to Fenderson. Fenderson tries to get out of a double team. Gets it to Stamper. Stamper steps back. Gets it up to Ethan Davis. Ethan Davis tries it. That's off the mark. And that's going to stay with the Cardinals.
And now you see the starters at the scores table. They're going to come in, and hopefully this did something. They're going to have to come out down by 17. 11:41 left in the game. Something's going to have.
Archer's going to try a 3, try to get his team back in the game, and that's how he starts. So now it's a 14-point game in favor of the Tigers.
Defensively, they're going to have to hook up. They can't allow any easy buckets.
Ross down low, tries on Kacheski. He lays it in good, and Ross now has in double figures with 11 points. Hodgins has the ball at the top. He's going to take his dribble. Ledoux defending. And the half-court trap is set. Hodgins loses it, gets to Martinez, who gets it to Ross. Ross lays it in for another 2 points. So Ross with a quick 13 points. And just like that, it's 24-42 in favor of the Tigers. Archer takes the dribble, looks for anybody to get it to, gets it to Kacheski. Kacheski tries to pass it into Bob. Bob defends well, but loses the ball, gets it to Wilt. Wilt to Boomer. Boomer with a 2-point shot. That's an air ball. And Wilt tries to defend it, gets it to Bob. Tigers driving now, gets to Martinez. Martinez to Ross.
A really fast-paced game.
Ross down low to Bob. That's off the mark. Good rebound there by Boomer. Boomer's trying to take it down the court. Gets it to Kacheski. Kacheski drives with Ross defending. Ross fouls him. That's off the mark for Kacheski. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So in this whirlwind, what exactly happened? It's a 4-point game, and you blink twice, it was a 17-point game.
That press that the Prairie Tigers have been running, all of a sudden just Cardinals get careless with the ball, start throwing bad passes, and then you see them get easy layups off that. And then
Vickers checks in the game for Hodgins, and Bradshaw checks back in the game for the Tigers, and they're going to sit Bob. Bob with 3 fouls. Kacheski makes both of his. That makes it 26-42 as the Cardinals try to climb out of this hole that from an offensive explosion from the Tigers, who for a solid 2 or 3 minutes didn't miss a thing and had about 12 shots.
Yeah, they did. Arnold playing really well tonight, has 19. Ross with 13. Those two guys combined for 32 of their 42 points.
Martinez swings it out to Arnold. Arnold with the hot hand tonight. He's going to try it against Wilt, and Wilt's going to be tangled up in his feet and foul. So Wilt now with his second foul of the night, and the Tigers are going to take the inbound. Martinez under the basket. Gets it to Ross way outside. Down to Martinez, back out to Ross. Gets it to Bradshaw, to Arnold. Arnold back to Martinez, gets it out to Ross. Ross back to Martinez, back to Arnold. Gets it into a streaking Bradshaw. Good defense there by Vickers. Vickers ends up with the ball, but now it's loose again. Vickers tries to get it up to Boomer, and we have what they're going to call a jump ball, I believe, and that goes back to the Tigers. So good defense there by Vickers, just nothing going in the favor of the Cardinals right now in this third quarter as they find themselves in a 16-point hole with 1:30 left to go in this third quarter. Bradshaw gets it to Ross. Ross takes a step back. We have a shove-off foul there on Daniels. So number 33, Daniels, who's been in the game for Bob, shoves off. And that's going to bring the the Cardinals back the ball. Gets it into Boomer. Boomer takes his dribble, looks for anybody to help, gets it to Archer. Archer. He's going to drive past Martinez, and he's going to try and get some quick points as he gets it into Boomer. So good pass there, good driving pass there by Archer, and Boomer finds 2 more points, so he's got 11 on the night. Cuts the lead to 14. Out to Martinez. Martinez takes a step back, tries to draw some time off this clock. Ross with 1 minute left to go in this third quarter. Gets it to Martinez. Martinez back to Arnold. Arnold with another 3, and he's finally off the mark, and they're going to call another foul on Daniels. So Vickers battling down low, draws 2 fouls on Daniels, and Ledoux checks back in the game for the Tigers. Kacheski to inbound. Gets it into Boomer. Boomer swings it to Wilt. Wilt into streaking Kacheski. Kacheski with a 3-on-1 gets it to Vickers. Vickers with an easy layup, and that's how Collinsville defeats that full court trap and makes it a 12-point game now.
So finally, something going for the Cardinals. The lead's now 12. You see, maybe that what Coach Anderson did by pulling out all starters, maybe that lit a fire under their butt, and they're starting to play.
20 seconds left to go. Looks like Martinez is going to try and work for the last shot here. And they give it back to Arnold, back to Martinez. 14 seconds left to go. 10 seconds left to go. Arnold out to Ledoux. Ledoux out to Martinez. Martinez gets it out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to try the long three. That's off the front of the rim and out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left to go to the Cardinals. 1.3 seconds, excuse me. Into Boomer. Boomer's going to let it run out. And at the end of three, a just wild and crazy three is an offensive explosion for the Pryor Tigers. Has it 42-30 in favor of the visiting Tigers. You're watching Cardinal TV. Okay.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're back, Logan. It was a 17-4 run that brought the Tigers up, and they just came out blasting there in the third quarter. And it's now 42-30. The Cardinals came back with 6 points there before the end of the quarter. What happened there? How were the Tigers able to build such a big lead?
Well, that press that they put in really bothered them. Collinsville just going 100 miles per hour, not really thinking about what they're doing, not focusing. And that really hurt the Cardinals. And then Pryor just hitting open shots. When they got open shots, they were knocking them down.
And Collinsville is going to start with a three-point shot by Boomer. That's off the mark. Tough rebounding there. Arnold ends up with it. Arnold pulls it back, tries to get it to Martinez, gets it to Ross. Ross is going to drive the lane, and he shoves off. So good defense there by Kacheski as Ross takes 2 steps in, throws his forearm out, and that's going to draw the foul on Ross. So Ross now with 3 fouls, and we'll keep an eye on that as he picks up his third in the first minute. The Tigers abandon the full court press there, and that lets Boomer go down the court. Archer's going to try a 3-point shot. He drains it. So Archer with a 3-point shot. Now that makes it
they're going to call it a 2-pointer.
I'm sorry, a 2-point shot. They said his foot was on the line, so it makes it a 10-point game, and the Cardinals finishing how they finished the third quarter with some turnovers and some good defense.
So getting some momentum going. 8-point game now. And the last 2 minutes of that third quarter really got something going. And finally you see some energy from these players. And that's it. We waited 6 minutes in the third quarter to finally see this.
Coach Gilmore's going to take himself a full timeout. He wants a full minute to talk to these guys and try to get it all sorted out. And with that, we're going to give you one more read of the people who make this broadcast possible so you can watch your Collinsville Cardinals play from the home or the computer, wherever you can get on there. Rogers State University helps bring that to us. So does Body Coach, All Red Hardware, jtdesign.com, RCB Bank, That's My Bank, and Bigfoot Prints. We couldn't do it without them. We thank you guys for your support. We thank you at home for watching Cardinal TV. So we see kind of a back and forth. We saw a 17-point explosion by the Tigers, and now the Cardinals have come back, and they've got the last 6 of the third quarter, and they've come out and got the first 4 of the fourth quarter.
So on a 10-0 run, and they need 8 more points to be back tied up, which with the momentum going right now, the defense they've stepped up and started. The defensive intensity has gotten way better since the first 6 minutes of the third quarter.
So both teams now with a little bit of momentum shifting here in favor of the Cardinals. You see them coming out, and they're going to hope to play good defense. Vickers still in the game there for the Cardinals, defending tight on Bob. They got to defend on Arnold, so Wilt is out here real tight on him and defend on Ross, so Kacheski will take up that banner. Out to Arnold in the corner. Quick switch there, has Boomer on Arnold, and it gets back up to Martinez. Ledoux steps back out. He'll take the pass. Swing it to Arnold. Arnold out to Martinez. Martinez out to Arnold. Trying to get it down low to Ross. Can't quite get there. Up to Bob. Bob's going to take a big shot. And some momentum going back to the Cardinals as they're going to say Archer reach in. And Bob was able to make the shot. So he's going to try to make it a 3-point shot and make it an 11-point game with 6.5 minutes left to go. Shot by Bob's off the mark. Rebound Boomer, and he's moving quick. Boomer all the way across the court. He takes it from one side to the other, and an easy lay-in for Boomer, and that's going to make it an 8-point game.
So they need a defensive stop now, and they need to go down and score.
Ledoux gets it out to Martinez. Martinez and the Tigers look like they're just trying to slow it down, trying to keep momentum from escaping completely from them, and keeping the Cardinals back in this game. Bob, they find Bob wide open down low, and the help defense just isn't there, and it extends it back to a 10-point game in favor of the Tigers.
To be able to get back in, tie the game up, it all has to start on the defensive end. They have to get stops. It's great if they score on the offensive end, but it's not going to help them if they can't get any stops.
Archer drives in, tries a reverse. Bob's tries to swat on Boomer after the rebound, and that's Bob's fourth. And Bob screamed the official wasn't about to have that. And so that's Bob's third. So Bob has 3 fouls now, and that's going to send Boomer to the line to shoot 2. Boomer's first is in and good. And that's about the last thing you want if you're the Tigers, as you let them have free points and no time ticking off the clock. And for the Cardinals, this is the way you get back in this game. Ethan Davis checking in for Riley Wilt. Boomer's second is up and in and good, and that makes it back to an 8-point game, 38-46 in favor of the Pryor Tigers. Ross into Martinez. 5.5 minutes left to play. Martinez with Davis defending tight. It's in the Ledoux. Ledoux down into Bob. Vickers defending. Bob with a nice move. That's off the mark, but they're going to get Bob with the over the back. So now Bob's picked up his 4th foul, and if you're Coach Gilmore, you have to wonder, can I keep him in for 5 minutes left?
No, they're going to pull him out as they put in number 5.
That's Bradshaw.
And you got to save him later in the game. I know Collinsville's on a run. Riley Wilt will check into the game for Vickers as Pryor goes with a smaller lineup, so Collinsville will go with a smaller lineup. And they need to score here, cut it to a 6, maybe 5-point game.
So a big offensive possession here with just over 5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. And Boomer kicks it out to Archer. Archer gets it to Wilt. Wilt back to Boomer. Boomer with Martinez defending. Boomer pulls it back out. And now Boomer's looking to drive with a spin move. Puts a shot up. Hits every part of the rim again and rebound to the Pryor Tigers. Loose ball on the court. Martinez ends up holding on to it. Gets it up to Ross. Ross into Arnold. Arnold's going to drive on Archer. He puts up a wild shot, and he makes it. So the Pryor fans calling for a foul earlier, now they're happy with the no call. As it's 2 points for Arnold, and he's now got an amazing 21 points, and he tries to extend it to 22 and make it an 11-point game again for the Tigers. Arnold shots off the mark. Boomer rebounds and takes the ball down the court. Boomer looks to drive real quick. We have a reach in on Arnold this time. And that's going to send, with 16 fouls, that's going to send Boomer a line to shoot 1 and 1. Excuse me, Martinez they're going to call with that.
So Boomer needs to hit these free throws. 4:34 left. Still got to get some defensive stops.
Boomer shots off the mark, and they're going to call a foul now on Boomer as he as he went to go get the to the rebound. He tried to grab Bradshaw, so he couldn't get it. So quick turnaround of events there. Has the Tigers with the ball and up 10. Bradshaw gets it back to Ross. Kicks it to Arnold. 3-on-1 now. Arnold puts up a floater. That's off the mark. Rebound, Archer. Archer's looking to move. Gets it into Davis. Davis tries to drive. Throws it off Archer's knee. And that goes back to the Cardinals.
So the Cardinals getting opportunities on the offensive end. They have to convert. They see a turnover there. They have to score on this possession. When they're getting stops, it seems like they aren't scoring. But when they aren't getting, when they prior scores, they answer right back.
Kacheski with the ball. Arnold defending. Boomer's going to take a three-point shot. That's off the mark. Hard sledding there. Has Ross with the rebound. And Martinez takes the ball down the court. Martinez back to Ross with 4 minutes left to go. It's a 10-point game, 38-48 in favor of the visiting Tigers. They're in blue and gold, going from left to right. Martinez mishandles. Davis on the court. Boomer with the ball. He slows it down. He's able to put it in 2 and make it an 8-point game. Coach Anderson now conserving a little bit of time. He's going to call a timeout, and he wants a full timeout.
Ethan Davis doing a great job on Martinez as forcing a turnover there. You've seen Martinez have a couple of turnovers when you get up and pressure him, and so they're going to keep Davis on him and get him to get up in his grill, see if they can get a couple more turnovers. Easy layups. You see the game's kind of sped up for the Cardinals, but they've slowed down when they've got their layups and finished their layups.
Yeah, you see Ethan Davis coming in. You haven't seen Martinez be pressed at all in this game because they're not afraid of his shot, and they were trying to help out for Arnold, and they were trying to help out for Ross. So now you see him get pressed a little bit, loses some balls as he tries to make some quick transitions, and Ethan Davis is a big reason for that. Also, they got Bob on the bench now with four fouls and 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. So Bob looking kind of dejected a little bit, ready to go back in the game. Coach Gilmore's not going to give him the shot just yet, as it's an 8-point game, and he feels like he's got the lineup he wants. A little bit smaller lineup here. Still has Ross, who's a big 6'2", and Ladeau, who's a long 6'3", excuse me. So still a taller matchup there that the Cardinals have to deal with. Ross now on the court still with 3 fouls, and it seems like almost every player on Collinsville with 2 fouls of their own. Full court press defeated by Martinez. Davis tries to recover. Arnold swings it to Ladeau. Ladeau defended by Boomer, and they're going to call a foul on Boomer. And that's going to be Boomer's third of the night. So Boomer's going to have to watch himself as he's been the offensive power for the Cardinals tonight, and it's an 8-point game, and he's got 4 minutes left to go.
Pryor now in the bonus. Next foul.
Ladeau into Martinez, and they're going to call Ethan Davis for pressing a little bit too much. So it looks like the officials are going to just basically call contact tonight, and that's going to bring both teams, and it's going to come down to whether the Tigers can convert with their free throw shots. That's Davis's first of the night. Martinez's first shot is in and good. Make it 49-40 in favor of the Tigers. Excuse me. Martinez's second shot is in and good. Brings it back to a 10-point game for the Tigers. 40-50 with 3.5 minutes left to go. Boomer looking to drive on Martinez. Boomer steps up. That's a 3-point shot. That's off the mark. Rebound by Arnold. Gets it into Ross. Ross back to Arnold. Swings it to Martinez. Martinez drives, gets to the Ladeau. Ladeau with another 2 shots, and just like that, it's a 12-point game. Kacheski gets it across midcourt for the Cardinals. Swings it to Boomer. Boomer. Switch has Ladeau, the long Ladeau on him. Drives past, puts a shot up, and that's off the mark. That's going to be Ross's 4th foul now. And he's going to have to watch what he does moving forward. And that sends Boomer to the line to shoot 2, and he's going to try to make this back to a 10-point game.
And they need these free throws. That is huge. With 3 minutes left, cut it to a 10-point game. It's still manageable. They got to convert. First shot is in and good. It makes it a 11-point game
as Vickers comes in for Wilt. Coach Gilmore leaving Bob on the bench, but keeping Ross out there with 4 fouls right now.
So now a 10-point game. They have to get a defensive stop.
Coach Anderson wanting the full court press or a little bit of a trap. The Tigers doing a good job to dribble out of it. And Martinez is going to hold the ball. Try and take some time off the clock. Ladeau defended well by Kacheski. Swings it to Arnold. Arnold with Vickers on him way outside due to some switch. Arnold's looking to drive. And he sets in, pulls back, sets in, pulls back. Drives past Vickers. Quick switch there, has Davis on Arnold. Back to Martinez, back to Arnold, back to Martinez. Valuable time ticking off the clock here for the Cardinals. Out to Ladeau. Out to Ross. Ross looks to drive, kicks it out to Martinez. So now the Tigers have had the ball for over 30 seconds here, and they've just been dribbling around by midcourt. Martinez kicks it out to Ladeau. Ladeau back to Martinez. Swings it to Arnold. Swings it back to Martinez. Davis defending. Martinez drives, kicks it out to Bradshaw, kicks it into Ladeau. So after a solid minute off the clock, an easy lay-in there by Ladeau makes it back to a 12-point game, and the Cardinals are going to have to move if they expect to take this ball game back with a minute and a half left to go. Boomer dribbles. Kicks it out to Kacheski. Kacheski out to Archer. Archer back to Kacheski. Kacheski, he's going to drive. Puts in a shot. That's off the mark. Out to Boomer. Boomer recovers. That's off the mark. And it's going to stay here with the Cardinals. So with 1:11 left to go, it's a 12-point game. It's 42-54 in favor of the Tigers from Pryor. Kacheski into Archer. Archer shoots a long three. That's off the mark. Off the back of Vickers' head there, and Ross recovers. Martinez into Arnold. With 1 minute left, Arnold to Martinez. Back to Arnold. Out to Ross. Back to Arnold. Back to Martinez. Swings it all the way cross court to Ross. Down to Arnold. Back to Martinez. And again, we saw this in the first half. It looks like it's the Dean Smith four-corner offense, as there is no shot clock here in high school athletics. It's to Martinez. Gets it to Ladeau. Ladeau bounce passes to Bradshaw. Good block there by Boomer. 30 seconds left to go in this game, and he's looking to push the pace. Tries to get it into Archer. Good steal by Arnold. He gets it to Martinez. 25 seconds left to go in this game, and it looks like basically the Pryor Tigers are going to dribble this one out. And as Pryor looks to just dribble the ball game down with 10 seconds left to go, Pryor will take this game 42-50 or 54-42. An unfortunate loss there for the Cardinals as they look to move, look to build on their already great season that they've had so far. We'll be back right after this commercial break. You're watching Cardinal TV. We'll recap after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're back at Collinsville High School. A disappointing loss for the boys and an exciting win for the girls. What does that mean moving forward for the rest of the season here for the Cardinals?
Well, it's not going to be the last time they face the Pryor Tigers, so they have one more time. Played them twice already, lost twice. Just you can't have give up a 17-point run where in the third quarter when it's a 4-point game going into halftime and they come out and then open it up to a 21-point game, I think it was at one point. So when that happens, it's tough to battle back. They battled back for a while, just they couldn't convert on some of their second chance points, third chance points. They were in the game up until about 2 minutes left when Pryor went into their stall offense, tried to swing it around, and just Collinsville just didn't come out very hooked up. But they got bounced back tomorrow night, play the rivalry game. Skiatook, everyone hypes that game up. It's just another game for the Cardinals, though, and they have to go. If they play like they did tonight, they won't walk out with the W. So they've got some things to change.
So a pretty good game overall. They had some sloppiness there, but really it's that 17-4 run is the name of the game, as it ends up being a 12-point victory for the Pryor Tigers. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night, as we'll be in Skiatook calling both the girls and boys game. Girls start at 6. Come back and see us then on you've been watching Cardinal TV. Excuse me.